Hi, this is Richard King. This is my final media project, the Educational Media Design Technology degree course at Full Sail University. I've been a music teacher for 20 years and have seen many changes in how we approach education. Each year we face new challenges to how we do our jobs of providing more content with less to work with. This year is no exception. Schools are cutting budgets and downsizing elective programs everywhere. Music classes, unfortunately, tend to be the first on the chopping block. Many educators are finding themselves having to justify their existence and finding creative ways to keep their jobs. This degree program, I feel, will keep me ahead of the curve with technology that will enhance my teaching in music. I've learned many useful skills in this program at Full Sail University, and I have incorporated them in my collection of teaching tools. Some of the most powerful of these tools are not electronic. They are the multiple intelligence theory of Howard Gardner and the brain-based learning studies of Eric Jensen. They both agree that an education enriched with music enhances the student's ability to learn and succeed. Using these educational resources and new cutting-edge tech tools, I feel confident to be able to lead my students into a new age. The most enjoyable skill I developed was creating video projects and multimedia reports. I like editing video clips and audio soundtracks to tell a story. My favorite projects were digital storytelling, using music and images instead of words to convey my thoughts. Finding the right music for a soundtrack is critical for setting the mood and emotional effects. I find that not saying any words can be more effective than speaking your mind. I found the most difficult assignments for me was creating graphic content for web pages in Flash and Dreamweaver. It's no wonder why good web architects are in such high demand. It seems just as I was getting started getting the hang of these programs, the class was over. Someday when I've recovered from this educational whirlwind, I'll spend a lot of time on lynda.com reviewing lessons over and over again. In month 1, I was introduced to the multiple intelligence theory of Howard Gardner and Eric Jensen's brain-based learning. As a music teacher, I've found that there are many parallels between Gardner's MI theory and how it reflects in my teaching, and the relationship to my music classes. I use several examples of Gardner and Jensen in my thesis. The Educational Media Evaluation course showed me how instructional design theories and models impact the use of multimedia for pedagogy. We use several new modes of technology for collaborating and presenting educational materials. Social networking platforms like Ning, Facebook, Skype, and Twitter offered new ways for web-based collaboration. I'm using Ning to base my music technology network for a social web-based collaborative site for music educators for my thesis project. In the Interpersonal Skills Development course, we were immersed into the world of Web 2.0 and continued our social networking collaborations. Second Life gave us all another tool for exploring new ways to learn, socialize, and play. NetVibes and Delicious were used as platforms to connect RSS feeds for research and organizing our group projects. Another very enjoyable class for me was Training and Motivational Development. We continued to explore Second Life and created media projects for our music and film presentation. I was able to demonstrate how I use film to teach musical interpretation and style in my jazz band classes. I developed new video editing skills that I continue to use in my classes. I enjoyed learning to use Flash and Dreamweaver in the Digital Media and Educational Development course. They are extremely useful tools for web development. This course was a nice overview and introduction to creating our own web resources. Just as I started to get the hang of it, we were finished. It would be nice to spend more time learning Flash, but my only disappointment was that it went by way too fast. I had a blast in Dr. Rep's Musical Theory and Educational Applications class. As a musician, I expected to breeze through this class. It turned out to be a lot of work and showed me several new ways to approach teaching music. I was very uncomfortable with the Dalcroze exercises, but they were originally developed for musicians to develop skills from a different perspective. I still use the book, This Is Your Brain on Music, as a reference with my music class, and I really appreciated Al Yankovic's parody of Bob Dylan, so much so that I wrote my own political satire in a similar style.